They chuckled as she approached the firing line. The elitist marksmen ridiculed her faded jeans and unpretentious manner. Yet, when Rebecca Porter raised her rifle to her shoulder, quietness swept over the range. Nobody anticipated the events that followed. One shot destined to alter everything. Sunlight filtered through the drapes of Rebecca Porter's humble farmhouse kitchen, spilling golden beams over the wooden table where she sipped her morning coffee. Family pictures adorned the walls. Generations of Porters posed confidently in hunting attire, rifles cradled with reverence, harvested game presented with dignity. Her grandfather, father, and 3 brothers stood out prominently, but Rebecca featured in equally numerous photos. At 35, Rebecca's hands showed the roughened skin of a land worker. Her striking face held a genuine beauty untouched by costly cosmetics. She tied her chestnut hair into a no-nonsense ponytail, with a few wisps invariably breaking free to soften her features. "You certain about this, Becky?" Her father's voice rasped over the phone, wedged between her ear and shoulder. "Dad, I've fired rifles since age 8. She answered, her tone reflecting the assurance of someone secure in her value, even without proclaiming it. "I know, darling. You outshoot every one of us combined. But these contest people, they often shun outsiders. Particularly women." She completed his thought, a trace of acceptance in her voice. The pause on the line verified it. Rebecca exhaled, tracing her finger around her coffee mug's edge. "The regional title match is next month, Dad. I must train on a real range with marked distances. Our back 40 no longer suffices." Her father laughed softly. "You've always been the resolute one." After ending the call, Rebecca headed to the antique oak cabinet in the living room's corner. The latch snapped open, exposing her grandfather's rifle, a timeless bolt, action model carefully preserved and enhanced through the years. No frills, but in skilled hands, lethally precise. Rebecca traced her fingers over the polished wooden stock, smoothed by decades of handling. This wasn't merely a gun. It embodied her legacy. Her grandfather instructed her father, and her father instructed her, handing down not only skills, but reverence. "A true shot demands no power," her grandfather often remarked. "It requires patience, breath control, and full awareness of your identity as you press the trigger." She gently secured the rifle in its case beside the spotting scope and bullets she'd prepared herself. Every cartridge made with exactness, refined and honed through endless dawn sessions and extended evenings following her veterinary clinic shifts. Rebecca glanced at her watch, a sturdy heirloom from her mother. She had to hurry to claim a range slot. Pulling on her olive green jacket atop a plain white T-shirt, she gave herself a final glance in the hallway mirror. No cosmetics, no show, just Rebecca Porter, 5th-generation hunter, veterinarian, an understated sharpshooter. She didn't resemble the magazine featured competitors in their branded outfits and pricey custom rifles. But she had no need to. Her phone vibrated with a message from her brother. "Show them a Porter's prowess, but don't flaunt it excessively or Dad will boast endlessly." Rebecca grinned, replying, "No guarantees." As she stowed her gear in her reliable, weathered pickup truck, a twinge of anxiety stirred, not from shooting, that never fazed her, but from stepping into an environment where judgment awaited before she fired a round. "Just concentrate on the target," she told herself, turning the key. "Nothing else counts when it's only you, the rifle, and the bullseye." The shooting facility covered multiple acres of open terrain, tucked beside softly undulating hills, acting as natural barriers. Rebecca steered her pickup beyond lines of luxury SUVs and shiny trucks with bespoke finishes. Her practical, dirt-streaked ride contrasted sharply, like a weed in a flower bed. The central clubhouse stood as a grand edifice of stone and wood, with expansive windows facing the assorted ranges. Within, walls showcased awards, taxidermied animal heads, and images of former victors. Nearly all male. Rebecca advanced to the sign, encounter with steady strides. Member ID. The clerk inquired, scarcely glancing from his screen. I'm not enrolled, Rebecca stated. Just renting the long-range targets for today. The clerk's gaze lifted briefly, scanning her faded jeans and basic clothing. Day pass costs? $75. Sign the release form. His inflection implied doubt about her means. Rebecca silently offered her credit card. She'd budgeted for this. You realize the long-range zone is for seasoned shooters, correct? He tacked on, pushing the form her way. Beginners use that area. He gestured to a modest, under-equipped spot. I'm well versed in guns, thanks. Rebecca responded, courteous yet resolute as she signed. With her pass attached to her jacket, Rebecca crossed the pristine grounds to the long-range area. She sensed stares following her progress, rifle case, and supply backpack in tow. The long-range zone held fewer people than other parts, yet remained daunting. 6 firing positions lay ahead, 3 taken by men whose gear likely exceeded her truck's value. Rebecca chose the remotest station and started her systematic setup. She spread her shooting mat, mounted her spotting scope on its stand, and delicately extracted her rifle from its aged leather case. Unlike the sleek, military-style weapons nearby, Rebecca's rifle kept its traditional look, although barrel, trigger, and scope had received modern upgrades. She retrieved her notebook brimming with detailed records on range, breeze, and ammo results. See what strolled in. A hushed voice came from 2 positions away. Rebecca ignored it. She'd foreseen this. She pressed on with setup, eyeing the wind flags waving at intervals downfield. Somebody ought to inform her, this isn't for Grandpa's dear gun. Another voice chimed, sparking laughter. The men's words traveled clearly over the hushed range. Rebecca knew their kind. Marksmen who invested more in equipment than drills, whose expertise stemmed from online threads rather than field work. Bet she's misplaced. The speaker was a lanky man shifting stations. He sported a jacket plastered with sponsor logos. Aviator shades sat atop his head. His bespoke rifle likely outpriced 3 months of Rebecca's earnings. Rebecca kept her face impassive while loading ammo into a basic leather pouch. Let them chatter. Let them presume. Out here, she'd only outcomes counted. She donned ear protection, assumed her stance, and launched her concentration sequence. Inhaling deeply, she pictured the shot, running her ingrained pre-shot protocol honed over decades. A shadow crossed her mat. Hey, said the logo, jacket man, peering down with a smirk. Travis here. Positive you're in the correct spot, sweetheart. Rebecca slid her ear protection to hang around her neck. Positive, she stated plainly, holding Travis's stare firmly yet without aggression. He grinned, but it lacked warmth. Just noting. This is long-range precision, not newbie territory. Understood, Rebecca said, resuming her setup. Travis hovered, inspecting her rifle. That's old school, he remarked, tone dripping disdain. What is it? Your dad's hunting piece. Grandfather's, Rebecca clarified, uninterrupted in her tasks. Family heirloom for generations. A modest group assembled. 3 more men wandered up, intrigued by Travis's exchange with the stranger. They dressed alike in costly tactical outfits, branded tops, and faces hiding smirks. Fellas, meet Travis halted, unaware of her name. Rebecca. She provided, skipping a handshake. Rebecca's with us using her grandfather's hunting rifle. Travis declared, eliciting laughs from his group. A younger one, with a precisely groomed beard, shook his head. Town sporting shop, rents real precision rifles. Worth a look before wasting effort here. Rebecca verified her scope calibration, acting oblivious. She'd faced this mindset lifelong, at hunt camps, shoot meets, even vet school. Men presuming her gender-barred firearm or shooting savvy. What range you aiming for? Queried another, older with graying temples. 600 yards to start, then 800 if smooth. Rebecca replied evenly. The men traded looks, brows arched. 600s with that rig. Travis whistled. Bold move. Drop steepens sharply past 400. The gray, templed man noted mildly. FY. Rebecca nodded silently. She came to shoot, not debate. As the men drifted back reluctantly, their whispers carried. $10 she misses paper at 400. I'll raise to 20 she quits after 3. Probably just posing for social media shots. Rebecca drew a deep breath, releasing it gradually. The jab hurt, but she'd long known actions trumped retorts. She stuck to protocol, zeroing at 100 yards first, tweaking finely, noting in her battered notebook. From his spot, Travis eyed her amid his shots. His pals mirrored, intrigue piercing their scorn. Rebecca devoted 30 minutes to 100-yard fire, grouping 5 rounds with deliberate accuracy. Her clusters were compact, evident on target. Had they watched skill over style? Post-warm, up. She dialed scope to 300 yards, firing another crisp group. No remarks from the men, though glances persisted. Prepping for 600, Travis neared again, feigning nonchalance. Decent at 300, he conceded grandly. But 600's another level. Wind rules. Drops huge, not for jumping in. Rebecca met his eyes, patience thinning, tone even. Appreciate the worry. His grin strained. Only sparing you hassle. The midday sun scorched the range as Rebecca readied for 600-yard attempts. She'd precisely revised ballistic data, factoring heat, moisture, and emerging cross breeze. Travis and crew dropped all show of own focus. They clustered loosely behind the line, eyeing her with open doubt. This'll be entertaining, Travis voiced audibly. Rebecca aligned, refining stance and hold. Her breath steadied via mental list. Hey team, Travis shouted. Pointers before she flops. Louder boomed. One drew his phone to capture anticipated flop. Bet she skips wind adjustment. The bearded one said openly. Rebecca stayed locked in, jaw tightening faintly. This transcended her now. She recalled family women enduring like slights in Guy. Heavy realms. Travis neared her position, shadowing her scope. No slight, but that relic isn't for precision. He waved at her rifle. Barrel vibes alone kill groups, plus that old trigger. Rebecca glanced up. Please step aside. You're shading my view. Travis's smirk wavered, feet planted. Just advising, try realistic starts. 600 sorts pros from amateurs. Hear that? Travis yelled to a pal. Needs light for picks. Group guffaws swelled. Here's a deal. Travis dropped a fox, kindness. Nail anywhere on 600 target. I'll fund your membership. Pals sniggered. And if miss? Rebecca queried steadily. Travis beamed. Admit you're overmatched. Stow grandpa's hunter. Let pros resume. The dare lingered. Rebecca saw its petness. No need to prove to them. Yet Porter grit, sustaining kin through eras, wouldn't yield. One shot, she declared. Travis blinked, expecting refusal. What? One at 600. That's plenty. His laugh rang out, Paul's joining. One shot, dear? Pros don't boast so. Rebecca waited quietly. Fine? Travis yielded, hands wide in showy generosity. One shot, but not random hit. To pals, center or too harsh. Gray, templed pointed afar. Ain't gong at 600. Nail that. Travis gleamed. Ideal. Gong, one try. He buzzed at her doom. Bearded advanced. For fun. If miss, you exit and buy clubhouse round. Rebecca paused briefly. No intent for circus or bet. She'd sought training for title, not show for mockers. She weighed leaving. Other venues, future days. Dad's caution resurfaced. Then grandfather's ground-holding lessons, mother's bias battles as rare woman hunter decades back. Times she'd muted, retreated, ignored barbs to avoid clash. Perhaps now warranted. Rebecca eyed Travis's crew. And if hit, Travis patronized. Name it. No cash or fake sorries desired. She sought deeper. If I connect, Rebecca specified. You all take hour of form coaching from me. Stunned hush, then laughter exploded. Deal, Travis hooted. Dabbing joy, tears. As men retreated chuckling, Rebecca shut eyes momentarily. Stakes real. Beyond self, proof appending their biases. She resumed stance, tuning, to breath, rifle, far gong. Stock's weight soothed. This gun fed kin generations. Instilled discipline, patience, honor. One shot. Achievable. Thousands prior. Rebecca initiated right, world fading as trigger neared. Silence blanketed the range as Rebecca assumed ultimate stance. Even Travis's group quit snickers, awaiting presumed flop. Rebecca regulated breaths deliberate, even, mastered. She merged with rifle, seamless limb not tool. Scope framed 8-inch gong at 600 yards, tiny steel disc versus hill. She reviewed math anu. Breeze veered, 2 month rightward. 72 degrees air, fair humidity. She nudged scope for elements, plus drop. Travis coughed pointedly. Whenever this era. Rebecca proceeded unhurried. Finger hovered trigger, half exhale, breath paused. Crosshairs locked offset, center for drift. Moments stretched. No Travis, no skeptics, no wait, just her, rifle, target, per grandfather's way. She pressed trigger. Report boomed, recoil rolled familiarly. Air echo faded, sharp clang peeled downrange. Bullseye. All froze. All hushed. Steel, impact chime quelled all. Rebecca ejected casing calmly, safe-aid rifle, uprighted. No grin, no crow. Just noted wind, height tweak, temp. Travis gaped, shade sliding. Paul's mirrored shock. Gray, templed recovered first, scoping verify. Dead center. He voiced, awe slipping. Perfect. Rebecca reloaded for next, routine unbroken. As if no feat, as if not mirroring years' elite quest. That. Travis stammered, wordless. Luck maybe. Rebecca loaded. Maybe. She conceded lightly. Reply, she realigned, repeated protocol precisely, fired again. Crisp clang resounded. Lord. Bearded muttered. Rebecca unleashed third, fourth, fifth, each true, flawless. 5 rounds, 5 strikes, under 3 minutes. Rising, vibe shifted total. Ridicule yielded odd regard. Gray. Templed shook head wonderingly. Birded stowed phone. Flop, filming moot. Travis, smug Travis, arms folded, face blending shame and grudging praise. Who are you? He queried. Rebecca packed deliberately. One who shot before boasting, she answered serene, newfound steel. She rose, cased rifle slung. Now, that promised lesson. Men swapped looks. Rebecca read pride, curious tussle how plain woman bested them. Unless, she added, you renege. Travis clenched jaw, absorbing. Others awaited him. Gray, templed advanced. Count me. Extending hand. Robert Coleman. Finest range work in 20 years. Rebecca clasped, nodding. Sequentially, rest named, save Travis, pride, curiosity lock. How'd you master that? Bearded Mike asked. Family, Rebecca said plainly. 5 hunter, sharpshooter generations. Grandfather for an 8, father through teens. That precision. Robert marveled. Comp level. Rebecca smiled faintly. Regional next month. Why practice? Realization, lit faces. Not stray wanderer, Mike realized. No, Rebecca concurred. 27, year precision rifle vet. Travis spoke. Why not state? Rebecca eyed level. Would it sway? Or fresh doubt? He flushed mildly. Well, Robert cut tension. We owe our. I'd be daft skipping your tips. Next hour, Rebecca led long, range method. Demoed breath, calc tweaks, steady weld pressure. Travis joined late, reluctance to eagerness. Seems easy? Mike fumbled demo. Not easy, she amended. Core. Nail fundamentals pre-gear fads. Lesson end. Robert neared. Club's precision squad competes regional. You'd strengthen us. Rebecca arched brow. Same club doubting my range fit 2 hours back. Robert flushed. Views evolve. Mine did. Travis approached. Arrogance softened respectful. That regional. Some us competing. Paused. Should be keen match. Rebecca beamed first full day. Yes, she affirmed. Truly will. As Rebecca motored homeward, sunset streaked sky vivid, orange, red. Profound fulfillment swelled. Not from silencing doubters, but affirming her essence. Grandfather's trigger wisdom recurred full self-knowledge. Today, she'd reclaimed it. Not mere shooter, but porter. One letting deeds eclipse talk. Often, strongest declaration defies others' molds. If this tale struck chord, tap subscribe and enter our viewer circle valuing subtle power, surprise gifts. Where viewing from? Comment below. We cherish global voices. Daily, folks undervalued by looks, sex, roots. Ever stunned others with secret skills? Post stories below. Recall. Top prowess isn't mastery alone, but calm assurance holding firm amid distrust. Till next.